Greetings, Motos. I am Nate Tess, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the rule of manga hell. And today we'll be up to the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1055, titled The New Era. And good news, everyone! My overrated sentence have been reading all weekend, meaning that overrated actually is doing something instead of just standing around looking like a newspaper, like a big jackass while you're saying it's time, while in reality all he does is some vague ass shit that so vague that no one should really care about because it's been so fucking long. Well, regardless, overrated is here, and my ears are already ringing without even looking over people's reactions. Just look at the thumbnails for God's sakes, and it's time to get into it. So now we start this story off. Kind of weird that we don't get like a color page or anything, or a cover page. Maybe I missed it. But regardless, we start with Nami and Otama hanging out together as they're eating apples and cotton candy. I guess Otama abandoned the whole half speed be her mommy thing and just went with Nami. I mean, she's a strong, so she gets everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As we also see Zeus there. Then we see a bunch of partying more. I guess after partying and after a break of waiting for a party, they are need to get to even more partying. As we then have Monosuke saying, "You mustn't, Yamato!" And Yamato's like, "Why not? Why can't I fight him?" And then we have Monosuke getting punched in the face as Monosuke like, "You mustn't! Don't you dare strike him!" And then we have Green Bull slamming Monosuke to the ground, which is, if you really think about it, in terms of actual skill and training and all that type of stuff, I don't think that really is all that impressive. I mean, it's visually impressive, but nothing else. As then we have Raiju showing on me, it's like, Ninpo Skosko Jutsu, Fire Escape, yeah! As then we get like a bunch of fire coming into the Green Bull, which makes me now think that this is the fire that was used in Onigashima, so at least it was on purpose to it. As then we have Green Bull like, yeah, nah! As then we have Green Bull saying, Firebreak Forest? You think I could hack it as an admiral of NAVHQ if I was actually susceptible to such an obvious weakness? So yeah, Green Bull is just like, you think fire is gonna do something? I am fucking Admiral. Should come up with resistance to these fucking fire abilities. Which I guess is another reason why King was so easily defeated by Green Bull if you really think about it. He literally had hacks to counter the King's hacks. I mean, the fire really doesn't seem to be all that insane and dangerous. So yeah, anyways, we have Green Bull being like, yeah, then we see like a Vinewood like getting kind of surrounded by Hockey, and then swings at Raizo, and then I was like, oh, and then just like Raizo, and then Raizo gets stabbed by it, and then we have Raizo like trying to I guess take it away, and then we see like some of the energy getting sucked out, and then like, oh, and he like is completely like skinny immediately. So it's like it seems to be one of those things where it's like almost instant. So I guess that's the reason why the Beast Wars was so easily taken down because again it's like instantly. You can't even let it like hit you or piece of once. And then we have Raizo's face maker like, ooh, and then someone's like Raizo, and then someone else was like, "Are you all right?" No, but it looks like he seems to be like a smingled corpse at this point. And then Kawamatsu like cutting some of the vines as it comes to saying, "Curse you! For everyone I cut, two another grows." And then we have they're also saying, does he have any weaknesses? We gotta just keep moving and meowing this grass forever. So yeah, I guess Swordsman can't really do much against it. Even more reason why he's gonna be fighting Zoro, I guess. Every time we see then Jiro being wrapped up, and they're just like, ah! Then we also see Kamatsu getting wrapped up, as we also see Nakamushi getting wrapped off. So yeah, I guess these guys couldn't even do anything like major or that comparable. So yeah, then we get back to the clock up, then we get stomping a bit, and then we cut to the place that Robin and what was it, Sukiyaki were doing. As they were gonna think under the palace, Kuzuki Sukiyaki's secret chamber. and then below, as there was like a secret tile below it, and this is how Sukaraka was able to escape. Uh, as then we have Robin saying, "I'm surprised you sniffed us out." As then we see that that while Robin and Sukaraka are walking down, we also have Law walking down behind them, as he's kind of like doing this like whole exaggerated like moving down like giant moves like whoop 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 whoop. As they have Law saying, "You weren't with the others, so obviously it was suspicious. I was suspicious. Don't act like I'm some kind of a hyena." I mean, it just I mean, isn't that like more saying anything else? Is there Sukuna saying, "Watch your step, there's mold down here." So yeah, as then we have Sukuna saying, "I never told Carter or Roach about this route, but because Jack the lead performer was a fishman, that they discovered the poneglyph in a quick order." As there is like a Jack, I guess, finally being acknowledged is going there. No, I'm not sure if this is before he got a a devil fruit, or if this was when he was eight. Like he looks to be the same age as he's right now in the story, but I'm not sure about the devil fruit. Or maybe you want to make a case that Jack recently got his mana fruit, so that's why he wasn't as proficient with it as king and queen. But I don't really know for certain how this is gonna go. The whole thing with it. As then we have Robin saying, "Why would being a fisherman make it easy to spot?" As well as Lawrence thinking to himself, like, "Oh yeah, that's the reason." And then so it's like, "Quicker to see for yourself." As they have Law saying, "How long will this take?" And so it's like, "Oh, let's say several centuries into the past." So then we have, I'll be like, "Oh, a lot of history." Now I'm intrigued. As then we have, I'll be like, "Where is this dim light coming from?" As there's no lights and all that type of stuff. There was also to be no torches, and all this is a good question. As then we have Sokka saying there's a glass block at the end of that tunnel. As then we have Robin going in there, she's moving there, and Sokka also told her go ahead and look through it. We are on the seafloor at this point. And then we have Robin coming there, she's like kind of scared. It's like no fear, because all that Law did was basically like poof himself in front. Not sure what he was changing. I guess it was probably a rock or something. Which kind of funny how she's like a little scared little girl by this point. As then we have Law and Robin reacting to this, like, oh! As they're like, huh? It's Wano at the bottom of the sea! As then we see like something that looks like Wano at the bottom of the sea. So yeah, they weren't wrong on that front. I mean, I don't think there's any kind of building that's exactly the same as in Wano, but you get that. But it's a general structure, so you get that idea. As they have Sukiyaki guy is going back up to look at what those two were looking at. As in Sukiyaki's like, that is the Wano of about 800 years ago, a different Wano. As Lars thinking to himself, as Rob is like, what does that mean? And so he then starts explaining as Lars is looking at it, so he says, it means just as I said, but what had ever happened in the past is unclear to me. As there's some of the fish flying and all that. As they were always saying, the fact actually Sophia is saying Robin's back to us is sort of saying the fact that this is not sea water probably explains it's a good presentation. As they sort of says, what it means is that there was once a Wano with an enormous Fuji mountain, which I should get a visual on this, which is yeah enormous. So we have allows listen to it as in so it's like at some point great walls grew around the island and it filled up the water, the rainwater. The people and they abandoned their floated town. The flood town. So I guess it was yeah, which is honestly does make sense that we are getting some kind of visual like that. As there we get another visual as in so it says and they instead created a new land on the side of the Mount Fuji for the new century. So we actually have a visualization of this as we also like the top of mountains like drifting over the river, which is the thing that they are trying to get over with as we also get like the mountain being a bit built. And by the looks of things, in case it seems like the whole the separation like it was built together is actually because of this whole cliff, because we see like this extra expansion. There wasn't something like the amount that was like cut into. It was more like it's kind of built on top of it. Mr. Kind of how they managed to do that. It just looks like they kind of put on top of it, but still. As I was saying, and the one of the day? And then Sora is like, it is. And then going down a bit more, and then open a secret doorway, and then so it's like, we are here, the road poneglyph. So I guess this means it's like now we get the road poneglyph, which I guess means that Kaido didn't know this one was there. Well, anyway, now he knew it because Jack found it because of the fishman thing. Yeah, actually that does make sense. Kind of weird that they had this passage to it, but whatever. As did we have Robert saying, "There it is, the third. That's the third. One more, and we'll be able to get to Laughdale." As then we get like a bit of a shot of the outside of this cavern. As then we have Sora saying, "We are on high up in the caves of foot of the of Fuji. It is further down into the earth at present." And then we got like another demonstration of it as we see like the bottom of it, and there's where it ends. And also, there seems to be a little water underneath it, but nothing really that special. It doesn't even seem to be exactly on the like feet area. So yeah. Also, a lot of people were talking about how this is referencing Water 7, which I guess does make sense, and it's a pretty fun reference. Kind of weird there are two lines that have a similar concept when it comes to like building a town on top of water type of thing because of it's got so filled, but whatever. I mean, it's definitely enough to point out noticeable. Okay, it was kind of funny how one city that had this thing was more like a modern world city with mayors and such, while the other one is more like a traditional Japanese city. Kind of an ironic that these two have like kind of a similar concept. As there we have Sukiyaki saying, "Where the ancient weapon Pluton is set to rest, I have never seen it for myself and cannot show it to you now. In order to retrieve Pluton, the walls will need to be torn down. In other words, open. The bonus means destroying the country's natural defense and unleashing the ancient weapon onto the world. And probably the water that's being stored there, by the looks of things." So, anyways, they also get like a visualization of the walls a bit. So, yeah, I guess Pluton, we still aren't gonna see Pluton or still know exactly where in Wano it is. It's just that it's somewhere in Wano, and if the mountains are getting torn down, that's where it's gonna be. Not sure if this means that Pluton is gonna be something that's gonna be seeable then, or if it's something else, but yeah, I guess that's what Pluton is. Maybe it's somewhere built in the walls? I'm not exactly sure. Like, that job is a kind of a weird thing where they're supposed to be important, yet none of, but a lot of them don't really like do like anything significant. Like Sureishi is an ancient weapon, but what role she's gonna have is probably gonna be more like leading the Sea Kings. Pluton, unless if the Wano boards are getting destroyed by some way, there's not gonna be Pluton. And the final one, I think it's called Uranus or something, hasn't really been addressed at all. And I mean, even the fourth poneglyph was at least mentioned. So as they have always saying, open the country will release the weapon. But why did Kozuki Oda want to do such a thing? Did Kozuki Oda even know that, or was that something that wasn't informed? Because I feel like it could be something that he wasn't even aware. As then Sokuzai saying, "I've told you everything that is passed down through the Shogun Net's line. I could not tell you what Oden learned in his travels abroad." Not sure this means that Oden learned about Pluton when he was traveling abroad, or if he was informed on this doing when he was, I guess, put it in the position of Shogun. I mean, I'm skeptical about him learning it, but I guess maybe he did learn it, so he changed his opinion when he traveled, but he always wore and laughed, so maybe opening up borders was something I think was something that he decided to do, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, then we got back to the capital where we see the kid and the hot pirates like partying, which fine enough we don't see Kid, but we do see Killer eating something. As there we cut back, as there we have cut to near the flower capital, as we have Green Boy, his giant platform, which is the second fucking giant thing that's happening right outside of the flower capital. Like, Flower Capital really has a bad thing going on right now where they have like the flower capital and then with everyone partying and then something else happening outside, should be really concerning. As then we have Greenbow screaming, "Mere human beings cannot match the might of nature itself! Don't you get it? It was Kaido's presence that kept me from coming here. As he's screaming it out and ranting. As then we have Grimble back. Sad as it is to admit, Kaido's rule was a deterrent that kept enemies away from this land. Now bring me Straw Hat Luffy. Once I've taken his head, I'll be on my way. And screams out and was like, whoa! Is that all being rap? Which I'm guessing that Yamato's rap because Momonosuke told her not to. As Momonosuke's just laying on the floor right now. Should we that he wasn't rapped. And they have uh, as Yamato was saying, we can rely on Luffy and his friends for help. They're better than him, which is true. Like most people thought Yamato that Shards can beat Green Bull. As then we have Monster screaming, that is not an option, and I wouldn't ask for your help either. You don't bother. And then Monster screaming, Wiz, you've been trapped on your shell for all this time, and this is finally your chance to be free. And so Yamato's like, sharply, huh? As they will have Monosuke. So I'm giving you a proper send off. As they have Monosuke screaming, Luffy, Zoro, and the rest have had them fighting from battles for me all this time. As then we have Komatsu listening. As they have Grimble being angry. As then Ninja is smiling because I guess Monosuke become a true leader. And then Monosuke saying, we're the ones who will stay behind in our country. We must be able to drive off any enemy. As then we have Momonosuke screaming, saying, if we must ask for help from those who have about to leave, then we will never be able to protect Wano. As he's starting to cry as well, as he's trying to wheeze the fire off him. So yeah, basically this is the whole thing here is like, alright, there'll be people coming. We need to fight our own battles. We can't just constantly be relying on everyone else. We just gotta find out there's more of a concept with this and somewhere here than it was with Fishman Island. What you think about it? As there Yamato saying, Momonosuke, as they have Momonosuke be gone, forest monster! Be gone from here! As he's trying to puff this flame off him. As then we have Grimo saying, listen to you all squalling like a little kid. I didn't know dragons could sound so pathetic. So yeah. I mean, to be fair, Muska is still mentally a little kid, but still. Anyways, there we have Muska saying, be gone! As he actually starts to glow in his mouth. As in, Greenbow actually takes a notice of that. And then we have Momonosuke using Bolo Breath and going completely through Green Bull's fucking chest. And he's like, ah! Ah! As he's screaming, as he rushes to the face of him with pain. And as Momonosuke like, God, something get out! And I also feel like Momonosuke like happy that he finally got it. As they have Jiro and Kamatsu falling to the ground, and everyone else probably also falling to the ground. As they're like, Lord Momonosuke! As they're on the ground. And as then Momonosuke like, oof. As there we have Denji will be overjoyed saying, what was that, Lord Momonosuke? It looked just like Kaido's power! I'm guessing just the appearance was. In an actual battle would still pretty much mean nothing. Is Green Bull's actually time to regenerate a bit. It's like, ugh. And then it's like, be gone! Be gone! Be gone! As he starts to get another ball burst ready. And then we have Green Bull back. Wait, damn you! You dwarf! As he getting blasts and once again. As then we have Momoto screaming, incredible! He has mastered his dragon body now! As then was screaming, his aim isn't great. Yeah, I mean, he did just start blasting, and you aren't exactly teaching him anything to do with long range, so it's not really anything special. And then we see this ball breath sending Green Bull away, like, yeah! And then we see a little plant coming from the ground, as then we have this plant a bit, as it's time to grow back. As then we have Green Bull be like, there we go, goodness. You trying to burn the entire town? And then we see that thing that Grimble made getting completely destroyed. As then we have Grimble kind of starting to rejuvenate from it. Trying to rejuvenate a bit and starting using Hug. He's like, so you mean business? Fine. But you're pitiful placement for Kaido. I'll skewer your from mouth to tail. And then we see it. My overrated senses are tingling. As there also is a black storm coming from the border of Wano, starting to zap all over the place. As then that zap is actually coming not behind Green Boys, being like, yeah, wait, stop! He's like, I'm in pain. And then Grim was like, that's Supreme King Hockey! Who is doing that? As he's screaming. As then Grim was like, oh, the red hair pirates! Are you nearby? As he's like he's got like saluting them. I guess even in the story they have to be treated like gods. If they're not overrated, I don't know what they are overrated. And then we have someone saying on the red head bot like, Captain, easy with the silent hockey blast. The new guys are foaming at their mouth. So I guess there's a bit more new members there. Not, I wonder if that's Rockstar as well as the one who's foaming the mouth. As then we have Overrated saying, no, I'm not accusing you of fighting dirty, Navy man. So yeah, as then we have, I guess Shanks being able to use hockey to talk. Oh, Overrated using hockey to talk from his boat to Green Boys. He's like, but when the new shot that just changed Pirates history are exhausted from their feet, don't you think that what you're doing is a bit much? As Green Boy is listening to it, is that we get like a little flashback with Shanks and I guess Luffy being hurt and crying a bit. Momonosuke crying from being hurt as as Oden's laughing. As then we have Hiyori being held by Toki, which is kind of a contrast. Talking about a contrast. Like one is just pure misery and panic. The other one's half misery and the other one laughing. The one's like they're supposed to be sweet. As then we have Overrated actually giving a badass expression as he's being all serious. He's saying, are you that afraid of the new era? So yeah, Overrated is actually doing something for once. He's still overrated piece of shit, but still, he's actually doing something. Amazing. And then we have Green Bull, a guy like I am salute, be like, look, I'm not picking a fight with you guys. Not yet. Fine, fine. So yeah. Now, of course, everyone with a brain cell will say this is Green Bull. Be like, oh shit, there's a after I know the new generation of Yonkos, I have another generation of Yonkos right behind me who are more than ready to fight me, and I view the previous generation of Yonko like Kaido, which I've been ranting the entire fucking chapter about how he was the one that I didn't want to fight. And yeah, he was the reason why I didn't. In fact, when I saw that, he's actually been still more skilled Kaido than fucking Overrated over there. But I guess people are just gonna be overrating him even more. But the people are still gonna be overrating him. Like he did something with hockey that we've not seen in the story, so he's obviously gonna be getting praised even more. Now, I'm not sure what Green Bull's gonna do right now. If he's gonna try to do something more sneaky on the handed or something else. But let's just say he's not gonna attack. Well, for as far as we know. Anyways, then we have Sayamato celebrating Momonosuke because he burned a friend down, which to their eyes would probably look like they defeated Green Bull. And then Momonosuke's crying a bit. As then we have like the Straw Hats still like Frankie and Brooke and Chopper. They're celebrating. I'm guessing in new subs they're jumping. As we have something to say about being happy. Then we see Hiyori there playing as of course near them. As then we see Luffy and his new three commanders being Jinbei, Zoro, and Sanji there react to the whole thing. I guess they're at least this time someone was actually seeing what was going on there as they're eating and watching. Funny enough, there was no kid in this chapter, even though people said this. I was expecting a kid to be in this battle, but we don't have anything from Kid, so I'm wondering where he is at right now. Maybe he just went to sulk somewhere else. I don't know, or maybe he sensed Pluto or something. I don't know really. As they have Luffy saying, "Oh, he's gone. He. We don't get to fight." I'm not sure that. Oh, maybe now this is actually playing. That's supposed to be talking about Green Bull. Not exactly sure. As it's only like, yeah, we don't get to. As then we have Zoro saying, not bad, Momo, not bad. As then Jib is behind him, is like, that was some monstrous hockey been thrown around, huh? Though, as they were saying, yeah, what was that? I guess they're not aware that was Shanks. Well, at least they are not aware of that. But going by the final couple of panels by it, Luffy knows who it was, and he has a biggest grin on his face. Like, it made me think of a familiar face. So yeah, then we see the overrated pirates, I mean the red-haired pirates, departing. as the overrated pieces of shit as they are. So yeah, the end of the chapter. All in all, this was a pretty good chapter, though it is annoying to hear those overrated fans screaming their ears out the whole weekend and giving me illnesses. So I'm getting sick of these overrated, like literally, I'm getting sick. But you can't do anything about overrated people, characters in fan bases. But yeah, and getting to see Momonosuke getting the ball back and him actually doing something combat wise is pretty nice. Does make you wonder how strong actually Green Ball is with his like weak feet. And I guess that's raise the question: what's gonna happen now? What if Green Ball's gonna do something more underhanded, like capturing Robin and Law, or if it's gonna be something completely third, or maybe it's gonna capture Kid or something? I don't really know. But yeah, this is in a way the end, and nothing real like special, although it's kind of like the similar things that are happening this time as well as the Battle of Nogushima. So yeah, it's a decent chapter, but nothing all that special. What's gonna happen in the next chapter? I feel like it's gonna. Now I think the spoilers are starting to already come out, so I'm not exactly sure what. The only thing I got from the spoilers is Kara doesn't join the Straw Hats. Very vague, so I'm guessing maybe they're gonna start to depart, like one final salute or something. I don't really know. But needless to say, it's I guess the end, or maybe something else gonna happen. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this chapter. I hope you guys like this reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of your more thoughts next time. Goodbye.